scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first.
Yeah, random cable, I know, right? Like the last couple of weeks have been insane.
And the opponent.
Nice work, No Tear God. I said I did check. I did take a look at the link you sent me. I gotta do some more digging. Gotta do some more digging. It's the oh my god, I look like hell. This is the you guys are digging the self-employment lifestyle here. I can just wear whatever the hell I want, but then I gotta realize I'm on camera. Yeah, No Tear God though. A lot of the times those views are robots, so I don't know. Maybe, but hey, if it works for you, brother, cool. Random Cable, you did the same thing I did, although you did not do. I woke up at 4:30 or 5 a.m. to watch the. I really wanted to do it. Said I really wanted to watch the Jericho Omega, but I managed to catch the top 4 matches on the card. I think the first one that I saw was the 4-way with Skrull and Osprey and all those guys, which was crazy, kind of a spot fest, but I thought Jericho and Omega delivered. I thought they were a lot of fun. I could not stay awake for the main event, Naito and Osaka or Okada. I was pretty pooped at that point because I was like, all right, I need to get some sleep. But I enjoyed it. I haven't seen any of the other matches yet. I said I just kind of saw the top 4 live. I never saw the replay on Access TV or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of keeping an eye out here tonight. I guess I should have done these for hardcore mode. Might have do one a little bit later. I was noticing that we were trying to pinpoint we had a couple of people send us bug reports about the Phantom, the double axe handle, where the guy is swinging a weapon but he doesn't have the weapon. So I was going to try to figure out what was going on that. It's kind of funny too that we got all these Christmas signs and updates and all this kind of stuff. We're already due for another update, just to update the signs. But so it's as I said, it's still winter time. We can still get away with Santa get the table. But yeah, Happy New Year, gang. I said I was lame and I skipped last week, but it's nice to kind of be back in the saddle here, and we've been working on some stuff behind the scenes and setting some goals and doing some different bits and pieces, and so we're kind of a little bit of limbo while Robert the Man is out in Washington State visiting family. But we're trying to keep busy with other stuff. We're trying to. We keep laughing to ourselves like this is going to be finally going to be the year that we complete our Kickstarter, even though our game is about 1,000 times more complete than we ever thought it was going to be when we did the Kickstarter. We're like, okay, God, we still have newsletter books and art books and some of that kind of stuff to get in the game, and so it's like get out to the fans. And so we're gonna kind of make another call for people to update their addresses and all that kind of stuff, and get some T-shirts made and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff that we promised a long time ago. That's all right. We gotta put this one to bed and get that behind us. So, and then we've been talking about what's coming next, and we've been trying to kind of said we've got like a long list, and we're trying to prioritize and say, okay, here's the list of everything we can think of. Let's pick 2, or like what's the top 2. And so No Tear God is right on what I suggested. Is like, boy, if you're in Twitch broadcast at all, we talk about nothing but tables. So that's one of the things that we're kind of is top on my list. One of the things that I suggest is that, okay, people want interaction, and we're all pretty on top of that. We make sense that we want to be able to interact with tables and do other things with the arena, all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it's cool. Again, I'm not sleeping great. More crap, but you guys used to be yawning like crazy in these broadcasts, so it's all good. Lamb Sauce Ramsey, finally tuning in and at the proper time. Wish I could tell you how exciting these things usually are, but I said it's fun to. Like I said, it's just fun to get everybody in. Like I said, I skipped last week, and I missed it. I miss you guys. You guys are fun. Hang out with. I figured I'd do a little tournament here tonight, get the little 8-man thing going, and just kind of talk to you guys and get some stuff done in the background and all that kind of stuff. So, but said I'm having fun, and that's the other thing that I want to accomplish. Or the one thing that I'm really looking forward to is differentiating the characters. Small streams are fun. What are you talking about? Yeah, I agree. The chat, you can keep up with it. It's not just like you get into some of those game, the marathons and stuff, and it's just like thousands of people like commenting at once, and it's a free for all. But here, I can actually keep up with the comments, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about some of the stuff that you want us to do in the new year in terms of features and stuff that you guys want. We said we have kind of a big list, but those are the kind of the top two things for me. Is I really want to get into the stats, like make it so these guys are really different. They have different styles, different speeds, different sizes, different weights, different powers, and so that's something that I'm really looking forward to. And then getting the more the interaction, like being able to do tables and really set up spots and all that kind of stuff. Whoa! I don't think I've seen. Was that an angle slam? What? Wait a minute! What just happened? Oh, it was a pin. Okay, I was trying to figure that out. I have 3 screens going. I have like the real live game. I got my broadcast software, and then I got the Twitch broadcast, and I was kind of looking at different things at once. So, all right. So we got Grasshopper won that one. All right, continue. Because that was the other homework assignment that I've got after the tournament's done. I want to do a fatal 4-way hardcore, because what we're trying to figure out is the double axe handle thing, where like where he's clearly holding on to a weapon, or like he thinks he's holding on to a weapon, but he's not. So we want to figure out what the cause of that is. Sorry, you guys. More comments. Better than take another WrestleMania match. We're like what 5 minutes in? We're already complaining about WWE. I'm more focused on the Royal Rumble. I'm getting kind of hyped. I like the Royal Rumble. I'm hyped for the Women's Rumble this year. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think they're going to bring back a lot of superstars. I think they're probably. I've already heard Beth Phoenix is coming back, and I'm hoping. Like I said, when you have 30, that's going to be a lot of people, and so I'm hoping that's going to be a lot of fun. And then the regular Royal Rumble is always fun too. As though I still maintain, and you guys have heard me say this for years, that they need to drop the stipulation that the winner gets the main event in WrestleMania. They need to get rid of that and then make everything a surprise. So you can have somebody like Sheamus win the thing, and it just being a surprise. Because right now there's like 3 guys that can possibly win it, and it kills all the suspense for me. So. Random Cable, I want a baseball shirt and hat in the game. Okay, so you want some more different kind of CAW options, which I can respect. I can definitely see that. He has his own ring jacket, own weapon, own tights. What doesn't Dane have? Yep. Speaking of Dane, officially canceled my WWE Network sub. I don't feel anything. Well, because you were talking about going to CCW, weren't you? Near to your God. I've been thinking about it myself. It's said it's a tough call. I want to support. I'm also a stockholder in WWE, so I don't want to bail on them. But at the same time, it's like, oh my God, there's all these little nickel and dime, $10 here, $10 here, $10 here, and it's part of the the new year. You're always looking at what you're spending money on, and so it's like, am I really watching that much wrestling? So I don't know. I'm kind of get there. Also canceled the development and jumped to New Japan World. That's interesting. M. Riggs, he wants local multiplayer. Okay, That's duly noted. I'm keeping track of all this stuff. In fact, I'm going to get my piece of paper out here because I want to write down comments. Yeah, no tier. There's nothing wrong with saving a little money, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. If I don't mind asking, M. Riggs, if you could, like, how would you play that? Like, do you have the computer hooked up to, like, a television or something so that you're able to, like, or like, do you have, like, two controllers around like a big monitor? Like, how are you doing local multiplayer? Or are you talking about, like, a local networking type of a thing, like, where you're each looking at a screen on a network? So kind of like, or is it like a console where you have multiplayer on a console, where you've got everybody looking at one screen, or it's you're both looking at two different monitors and playing as different characters. Like, let me know what you're like, how you define local multiplayer, because that would be incredibly helpful. Random Cable, you are so weird, brother. I love it. Local as in two controllers hooked up to one machine and two players playing. Okay, sweet. I know at one time we had that, and so I don't know how difficult would it be to just plug back in. But is it hooked up to like a computer, like in an office, or do you have like a Steam box type of the situation where you're plugged into like a big television kind of a thing, or are you just kind of like around a smaller monitor, with two people at a desk kind of a thing? Because that would, I'm always curious how people play this game or want to be able to play this game. Steam Link hooked up. Sweet. Okay, that's awesome. That's good to know. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, it's interesting, guys. It's really funny. Of all the wrestling networks that I think I would ever subscribe to, I almost did a month in New Japan. I almost did it, but I may have watched the pay-per-view in an alternate means. But I almost did it, and I thought, well, God, I mean, how much time do I really have to watch any of this stuff? But if there's anyone that I would probably buy, this is going to sound really, really weird. I've got like a soft spot in my heart for DDT Pro. It's just so weird and unusual, and all the matches like make me really, really laugh. And every time I see footage of those guys between Joey Ryan and all the weird match stips and everything that they do, they make me laugh like nobody's business. And so if I was ever going to subscribe to a network like that, like that's outside of the norm, I think I would do DDT Pro. Random Cable, wonder if you do have a table in this game, will you consider using one part of the broken table as a weapon like No Mercy? No Mercy, you could do that? Oh, right, because you had the table half that you could swing. God, I don't. It all depends on how those objects are set up. That's getting a little bit out of my realm of expertise, but you would think it would make sense that it would, when it would disintegrate, you'd have the individual pieces and parts still floating around, but maybe you have to program it a little bit differently so that it's still treated as a surface when it's a regular table. I don't know, a little bit outside my realm of expertise, but. When you guys do plan on implementing this feature, talking about local multiplayer, there's also a program called Parsec, where you can have a friend connect to your computer and play off your machine with you, meaning that we could play online with our friend. Okay, let me do some digging on that. Parsec. So this is incredibly helpful feedback, gang. Because like I said, and if you're watching this later on YouTube, pretty please put your comments in the links. It's really going to help us decide what's coming down because we're taking our guess, because it's basically Dave kind of posted just a ton of different things that have been on our radar for quite some time, and it doesn't mean we're not going to be able to get to them all, but we kind of want to figure out, okay, what's our priorities? And so he's like, all right, everybody pick two and let's see where we all kind of land. And everybody kind of lands on different stuff. Like I said, everybody's got different preference for some of the stuff. Robert, of course, wants to do everything because Robert is the man, and he's got that vision, and he's got that ambition and that drive. Where you guys got to help keep Robert under control, because that's we can't just have a plug and play in this game. Please clarify that a little bit, Random Cable. I would love to know what you mean by that. And so Robert, I think Robert's just like, all right, let's do all of it. And whereas the rest of us are, all right, we know we got to kind of pick and choose at least a little bit up front. And Mr. Wrestling 5 had his kind of preferences, some of the things that he's kind of particularly fired up about. Like I said, mine personally, I am really fired up about the stats, being able to really differentiate these guys, and give them their own unique personalities and stuff. We were even looking at some different things, some different types of, even some different promotions and stuff, different ways we can promote the game, and just plug in another controller, yeah. Which is actually, I think, what the goal is, because I think what Robert does is he detects controllers at the start to find out if you're using a controller or not. And so I think what he does is some kind of a logic check right up front to say, okay, you know what, if you're using a second player controller, we do that. The problem is our user interface right now is not set up for that, so that, you know, you can do player 1, player 2, and all that kind of stuff. So these are all things that we got to kind of figure out. But again, if nobody's really begging for the multiplayer, then it's like, well, what's the point? But it's like I said, I think for a number of people, I think they said that you know, trying to get playing with friends is definitely something to take a look at. God, I love this tournament mode. And so, like I said, that's one of the things that I really want to explore with this tournament stuff, is that to be able to like differentiate the guys a little bit. The other thing that I really, really want to be able to do is character portability, meaning that, like, okay, you can create a character and then send it to us, and then we could like run a sim on it. We wanted to do that last year for like some of the Rumble. I think I wanted to do that, where I would like, okay, everybody send in their characters, and then we'll do like some kind of a tournament mode. And so I want to be able to do that. I think that would be really, really fun if everybody kind of put together a custom creation, and then we could like sit back and watch, and then like there'd be a prize for the winner or something like that. So, Lamb Sauce Ramsey, do you think you could add some shading to the text? What do you mean, like the overlays, like the 1, 2, 3? Oh, the loading screens. Oh, like a drop shadow, so that you can actually read the text over a light background. Yes, absolutely. Robert the man did those, and that's definitely something that needs another pass. Yeah, me and my brother play No Mercy mods, and I think he would really enjoy this game if he tries it out. That's awesome. That's awesome. In fact, M. Riggs, that is exactly how I got started with wrestling games. It was me and my brother would play co-op. We wouldn't even play against each other half the time. We just really enjoyed like each grabbing a guy, and it was each one of our character ones. Yeah, Lamb Sauce, I agree. Some of this stuff it needs work. This is part of the reason why we haven't released it into the wild yet, in terms of like putting it on our live channel on Steam, is because we know that we've got some work to do. There's typos around. There's some artwork that I'm not sure if it's copyright, like if we've lifted something off of Google Images and stuff. So we figured, okay, as long as we put it into beta, we've got a little bit of wiggle room to play with. No, I don't, dude. You never have to worry about like offending. We want your feedback, and as long as you're nice and cool about it, and not just being a jerk about it and just for trolling, it's really helpful. I'm listening to everything at this point. So, Random Cable, ever consider going to WrestleCon, aka WrestleMania week, to help Pro Wrestling X? That is the long-term vision. I definitely think down the road, like, okay, let me throw this one out here for you. What I thought about is if Pro Wrestling X is to that stage where we're feeling really, really good and really, really proud of it, how cool would it be to wherever Cody and the Young Bucks new their show, the All In, wherever that ends up being, like if we could figure out a way to get a merch table that would just be able to sell Pro Wrestling X and show that off to everybody, like how amazing would that be? Especially, like, I'm really kind of keeping my fingers crossed that they end up in Chicago, because that's be a pretty close drive for me. But I know it's been something I've been thinking out a lot about. And down the road, I can definitely see that, because it's just like you're one of the boys, where you're out there and you're riding the roads, and you're out there and you got your merch table before the show, and we did have a ton of Steam cards or something, and take cash or have a credit card with the Square reader or something like that. So it's definitely something that would be definitely helpful for promotion. We just have to get the game to a better stage yet. We're not quite there at this point, but I'm hoping that our next version will really be something that we can really, like, okay, let's just start going crazy with promotion. We've always been a little bit gun shy with some of this stuff. But yeah, it's definitely a good idea, Random Cable, and it's definitely something we thought of because it'd be fun. It would also be fun to go out and meet a lot of you guys. We've done that before. Where oh God, I forget his name. Sorry, brother. Where he came down from the Detroit area and came over to a Ring of Honor show here in Kalamazoo. That was a lot of fun. And so it'd be fun. It'd be fun to like put faces with names with all you guys. It probably would depress me about how young some of you guys are, but just because I'm so old. But it'd be awesome to, like I said, it'd be awesome to say hi to everybody and put some faces with names. And a lot of you guys have supported us for a lot of years, and so it'd be cool to shake your hand in person and say, hey, thank you very much. So definitely something on the radar for sure. I would love to do that. It'd be kind of scary going on the road and all that kind of stuff, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. So. But yeah, like I said, we're looking for bigger and better things in the new year. Like I said, we got some energy. We're kind of talking. The other thing that I've been working on here lately is I don't know if you guys remember, because some of you guys don't remember we did this. We started because we've got this weekly newsletter that Davis sent out literally just about every Friday. For the last 15 plus years. In fact, I think the game turned Sweet 16 in April. That was the anniversary of him sending out the very first newsletter. And we decided that, okay, wouldn't it be fun? I mean, because you go back and you read these old newsletters and it's kind of emotional. Like you get sucked into the story again. And one of the things we're putting together, and we did this as kind of our Kickstarter rewards, is we're putting together newsletter anthologies. Like they're going to be books of the newsletters, and then what Dave's doing is he's kind of writing little anecdotes in between some of the newsletters and say, yeah, this thing that I was talking about right here, I couldn't say it at the time, but we were working with such and such wrestler and all this kind of stuff. So it's it's been kind of fun going back, and I've been trying to kind of build all the newsletters, but it's like, oh my God, these are 800 newsletters, and you can kind of track it by different eras. Where you had the era of, the first 100 newsletters was like we were just getting the idea going, and then you start figuring out how to get money and funding, and then we had a studio, and then we had prototypes and Kickstarters and all these things. And so I've been working on kind of building these little ebooks that you guys are going to be able to download and read, and hopefully they're going to be interesting. Random Cable, whatever happened to Screenshot Saturday? We forget about it. We should probably, you said, we should probably do that on Twitter. I've been very neglectful of the Twitter feed. I've been kind of doing it during Raws and pay-per-views, but I need to do a better job of sending out stuff on social media, on the Twitter feed a little bit better. So. Oh my God, I posted and tagged PWX in an awkward screenshot. My car got stuck in a coffin, which has an unseen texture, and your ass was sticking out. Is this on Twitter? Like where did you tag it? Because I'm dying to see this. This would be really funny. M. Riggs, not to go off topic. Please feel free to go off topic. I am just kind of rambling here tonight. But later down the road, can we expect Steam Workshop integration? Kind of similar to how Fire Pro implemented the Steam Workshop. Absolutely. That was another thing that's kind of on our list, is talking about how to have some more fun with some of the Steam stuff out there between achievements and all these other things. That it's like, okay, let's do this. And so I am 100% in agreement with that. So you get no argument from me. So I'm writing that one down too. We got to vote for that. Steam Workshop. Because we've been exploring other ways to sell this stuff, but we also respect the fact that there's integrations and trading cards and all these other things that Steam allows us to do, and we just have never explored it much. I've never really gotten into the trading cards, but I know they're huge. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm looking for the tweet. I don't see the. Let me see if I can find it here. What screen name am I looking for? Lamb sauce. Let me know where I can find that in the picture. We need wrestlers with names based off barely known real wrestlers. Yeah, not to go all M. Dickey on that, but speaking of Matt Dickey, did anybody see? We posted a link on our Facebook page. Dude got a write up on Ars Technica. I can't believe it. That's like one of my go-to tech websites, and I'm sitting there scrolling my Twitter feed, and up comes up like an article about Matt Dickey written by one of the biggest tech blogs in the world. And I thought, God, good for him. And it was a fascinating article. It was really, really interesting. And there was a lot of stuff I didn't know about his background and some of his development and stuff. So that's really, really cool. It was good for him. So definitely go check that out. It's on our Facebook page, the link. And I think I retweeted it as well. Yeah, when you said we need wrestlers with names based off barely known real wrestlers, that's pretty funny. That's the first thing I reminded. Lamb sauce. What Twitter name am I looking for? Because I said I want to see this. I want to see this picture. I think it'd be pretty funny. Just have the pick drawing of the wrestler, arena, and weapons for trading cards. Yeah, see, that's the trick. I don't know enough. Does anybody get into the trading cards? I've never have. Again, I've been on Steam so long that was kind of a new thing when it kind of came out. Said it already. Oh, I'm sorry. Avatar Festus. Okay. I'll look. See if I can figure it out here. Oh, Bix's great. There we go. I'm looking. There's a couple of pretty funny screen caps on there, brother. Cool, man. I'll give this a look. Oh, have mercy. I like that. That's pretty funny, brother. Cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at this a little bit later. All I know of one instance is someone was begging me for Steam trading cards. I had no idea what they were planning on doing with them. Yeah, I know you can I think you can trade them, you can sell them, and I think you can like combine them for loot boxes and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've never really messed around with them. I know that I have like a card collection, like when you buy games, they'll come with cards and some of this kind of stuff, but it's just I never played around with them too much. And like I said, it's all this stuff that I got to be able to do homework on. The gaming ecosystem has just gotten to be out of control. I cannot keep up. I sound like an old man, but yeah, it's craziness, man. It's craziness. But no, but that's really helpful though. That's like I said, that's all this feedback is so huge. And so, and people have been sending us bug reports and all that stuff too. That's really, really helpful. Because like I said, some of these things are, like, I never know if they're just stuff that I happen to come across. Like, Dave has never seen the, what I call the double axe handle, where, like, the guy's holding the kendo stick, but there's no stick. And he's just kind of, like, swinging it around. So we always laughed that it was a double axe handle. But Dave had never seen that before. And so, clearly he doesn't watch these Twitch broadcasts. Busted. But like I said, I think so. I was going to look tonight after this tournament completes. That I was going to see if I could try to get it going. Hi there, Jumbo Sailor. That's a new one. Recently purchased and watched a few of your YouTube videos. Very impressed with what you guys are trying to achieve here. Awesome. Welcome to the party, Jumbo Sailor. Like us on Twitch. Follow us on Twitter at ProWrestlingX. Facebook.com. How did you hear about us? I'm very curious how people stumble across. Have you been a fan for a while and finally bought the trigger, pulled the trigger when it was on sale? Like how'd you find us? Because it's always fun to kind of see how people kind of found us. And specifically, what kinds of things did you pop on? Did you, what kinds of things are you digging? So, Purple Heart, baby. Hey, you know what? if people come in and say they bought our game, they're getting love from me. I don't care. Judgment free zone. Like I said, it's super helpful, and it's keeping the support of the project, keeps us alive. We're not to the stage yet where we can feed ourselves by Pro Wrestling X, and we're working on some stuff to kind of get that, because we'd all love to be able to just like quit our day jobs and work on wrestling games full time. I mean, how insane would that be? But you guys wouldn't even know what to do with yourself if we were updating like once a week. You guys would be like, "Oh my God, these guys are updating too often." And we probably get complaints of that. They probably, still no Gong. Oh my God, it's so funny you say that. Where was I where I saw one? And I was like, oh my God, I almost bought it, like on the spot. It was like $150 of it, but the thing was huge. Like the whole thing would have like taken up the back window like crazy. And I was like, oh my God, how can I not buy this? But I held off because I was like, okay, that's a lot of money. But you guys would completely lose your minds if I showed up here with like a big giant Gong like that. You guys wouldn't even know what to do with yourself. Yeah, cool. That's awesome. I decided we'll pass that along. It's always good to see positive feedback. We've been at it for some time. But again, if you look, even just kind of like I said, everything that we've done, even in the last calendar year, progress has been insane. And so, yep. We're going to keep at it. And God, Lord only knows, I have a tough time predicting where this thing is always going to end up. And thing always takes twists and turns and stuff on us, and you never know what's coming down the road. But boy, it's a fun time to be part of the project right now. Thanks, Lamp Sauce. I can always scroll through your feed too. I said I didn't want to just sit here scrolling through a Twitter feed while I was talking to y'all, so I can look for it later too. No, that's awesome. Like I said, we've got all kinds of fun things on the agenda. It's just a matter of kind of figuring out, okay, what's our priorities, because it's hard to do everything. But yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned the Steam Workshop. I said I've got taking votes here, and so I know for me, I got my own personal things. The other thing I'd really like to see too is more like tag type of stuff. I think that'd be kind of a fun mode to start doing some tag teams. And I really don't think we're that far away from it, because I think we have a lot of the apron animations and some of that kind of stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But again, we got a crew that's pretty dedicated, and they're still at it. They're still passionate about it. Believe it or not, it's pretty insane. And so it's fun to be part of this. Well, this has been a long match, another 10-minute match here. Hoping we get through all of them here. Trying to think what else is new and exciting in the world. I said I'm getting kind of hyped for the Rumble. We'll probably plan on doing some kind of a fun show for the Rumble. Probably like a little pre-hype show. There are too many games coming out for the Switch this month, and I'm a broke college student. Man, I came pretty close to buying a Switch over Christmas. Okay, follow me on this one. This one's going to be a little weird, but and Nintendo, this is probably the last thing that they want to hear. But for me, I'm running out of time to play all these things, right? And so one of the things that I really wanted to do, because I think the games that are coming out for the Switch are incredible. Nintendo is in such a zone right now, and Super Mario Odyssey, I think, might be the greatest game that I've ever seen. And I thought, okay, I could go get a Switch and I could buy it and all that stuff, but what I really have been sucked into, and I do this all the time, this is like 85% of my television watching, is I will watch video game long plays, where I will watch other people play the game. And I watched somebody complete Mario Odyssey, and I would just sit there and I wouldn't have to like screw around and get everything all messed up and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, I had such a fun time watching that, because I could just sit back and admire the design, admire the graphics, admire the levels, the cleverness of the puzzles, and man, I just had an absolute blast doing that. So it's like, I didn't even need to go out and buy the game now. I got my fix just like watching it and experiencing. I know it's not the same thing, but Stolen Tube 02. Awesome. Thanks for checking in, brother. M-Riggs. I know it was a while ago, Eric. What did you think of Jericho versus Omega? I thought it was the best match on the card. I loved every minute of it. I loved the story that it told. I was a big fan. I'm a big fan of Jericho. I'm a Jericho mark. Somewhere, in fact, I think I may have worn it for a Twitch broadcast. I've got a Monday Night Jericho shirt from an old Nitro that I went to, and I actually bought a T-shirt that night. So I'm a bit of a Jericho mark going way back, and it cracks me up because Jericho is clearly not like physically. He's gained he's gained some weight. You can tell that he's almost he's up there in his late 40s, and you can just tell. I think he's late 40s. He's a little bit puffier and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? The guy can still work a match, and that's what cracks me up is because I was comparing that to the Fatal 4-Way that was earlier in the card that everybody was going bananas about. But I thought I didn't even find that match entertaining. There was too much crap. I hate to be like I hate flippy shit guy, but there was too much between all those guys. Nobody ever came up for air. There was just moves all over the place. And for me, it was like, okay, you got all these young kids that are so cut. They're super athletic. They're very clever. But it's like I didn't find their match nearly as entertaining as like a nearly 50-year-old Chris Jericho that was kind of out of shape and just, working the match. And I thought, geez, this just tells you like the art of pro wrestling. That it's not just about the moves and all this stuff, but it's like why you do them and all this stuff. So, it's crazy. It's absolute craziness, and so I really enjoyed it. I was hyped going in for that match, and I was not disappointed. My expectations were completely met. So I really had a good time. Cool, brother. Thanks for the link. Nice. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that one. That's funny. I am suspicious of Twitter hiding content from us. It drives me crazy because I can't see like our notifications like I used to be able to. Because that should have popped right up in my mentions. I don't know why it didn't. Because January 8th. It should be right in here. Yeah, I don't know why. Go fig, but cool. Thanks for tagging me on that. That's funny. And I got to figure out why that didn't tag me. Oops, sorry. I got to start the next match. Tournament continues. Let's see. Okay. So Grasshopper Dane. Let's watch that one. I might have to skip one of these, but there you go. Cool. I'll skip the entrances. The Coffins and Hallows Eve has a texture inside, which is an awesome Easter egg. What's really funny is I was secretly suspicious that Robert was going to do some kind of a buried alive match because there was something that he said that he was trying to get to work and he ran out of time, and it's like, I wonder if he was able, like, if you were able to like close somebody in those caskets. I think we tried that in one of the broadcasts. We tried really hard at doing that, trying to see if we could figure out why that. If you can like close guys up. Stolen Tube. Okay, so it's been a little bit, I think, since you've been in here. So the latest news and development. We've got this is for everybody out there. We've got a new beta up on our stream. Like if you go to your properties on Steam, you can subscribe to our betas channel, the Bleeding Edge betas. And we've got a lot of new stuff in this new build. We've got a tournament mode, and we've got a championship mode with a belt and everything. So we got quite a few other things in here too. So it's pretty funny. We've got a new. Let's see if we can do a hardcore match here a little bit later after the tournament here, and show you guys the Christmas tree. If you guys haven't seen it yet, that's pretty funny. Lamb sauce, barbed wire ropes, match with light tubes. Okay, so the death match stuff that gets a vote. And I would agree. I mean, all that stuff, like I said, for me, it's about interaction. Tables are going to be a lot of fun. Light tubes and all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, it's violent as hell, but at least, okay, get your fix. And if I don't have to see actual people doing it, I can watch it on a video game. That's not a big deal. But what else is new and exciting? I said we're kind of, Robert the Man is traveling. He's with family up in Washington State, I think through the end of the month. And so he does not have access to his like regular workstation. So Lamb Sauce, playing this beta is amazing, to be honest. We actually thought that like this was going to be the first build that people were actually going to like really enjoy playing. Because some of this stuff, like you're just doing exhibition matches and it's like, all right, that's cool. But like, okay, the fun of that's going to last, for 20 minutes. But when you guys actually have something to do now, you can unlock a belt. You can play tournaments. You can do all that kind of stuff. Like there's a lot more to it. And so, yeah, it's Yeah, the Christmas tree that is funny as hell. When I first saw that, I couldn't believe it. Mr. Wrestling 5 did such a bang up job on that um, it's great. M. Riggs, I said this a while ago when the cell got put into the game, but I think that when you break through the ceiling, you should be able to use that piece as a weapon. That goes back to like the table question. Like I said, if it has to be programmed differently or what. I know said one of the things that we did notice is that the cage, like the panel shrunk when it landed on the ground. That was one of the things we were going to try to clean up too. But I would agree with that. I think that'd be a great idea. Random Cable, you come up with the weirdest shit. I love it, brother. He wants a rainbow kendo stick, and when you make the person bleed, it's unicorn blood. Like, I don't know where you come up with this stuff, but brother, I wish I had like a tenth of that imagination. Lamb says, the first thing I try to do with the cell door, I know we can do, you can interact with it, like you can suplex people on it and all that kind of stuff, but you can't pick it up as a weapon. But you're right, that's something. Yep. Why the hell not? For what? Sorry, why the hell not? Oh yeah, for the unicorn blood. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, man, it's all good. We're and that's the thing is people can make mods and do all this kind of stuff. We'd like to get into more of that stuff. So we'll see how it all shakes itself out here. But it's fun. We have a really good time with this stuff, and said we got hopefully big stuff cooking in 2018. We'll see what things bring. Because like I said, I never know. So what else is doing exciting? Like I said, I'm hyped for the Rumble. God, I'm sorry, guys. I hate to sit here yawning for you. The rest long game slowly creeping up past WWE 2K. I probably, yeah, for real. Yeah, they're going to be at like WWE 3K by the time we finish this damn thing, but it's all good. Now, one of the things, like I said, it's going to be. It's just been amazing to see the progress of this stuff, and we got such talented cats that have been working with us. I said I'm just completely astounded. I'm completely jealous. One of my New Year's resolutions this year was I was going to participate in one of those game jams where they, over the course of 48 hours, 2 weeks, or whatever, you do like a video game start to finish. And I'm kind of in the middle of one right now. Just because it's like these guys are my heroes, man. Like I said, that they're creating all these wonderful things, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing when I am this kind of stuff. I'm not a 3D guy, but I'm having fun, like learning a lot about like Game Maker Studio is the one I've been kind of playing with instead of Unity. Just doing like 2D games, like little RPG type things, little shooters or something like that. Just stuff where you can just kind of throw some stuff together, and I'm having a really good time doing it because it's like. It's like, man, I would love someday to be able to make my own wrestling game, but it's like, my God, you get to learn so much, and that's what I said. It just gives you a whole new appreciation for the talent of the cats that we're working with between Mr. Wrestling 5 and Robert the Man. It's like, man, I'm jealous of their talent. I'm jealous of the fact that they can create all this really fun stuff, and I hate the fact that I have to just like, what I can contribute is websites and email and social media and Twitch broadcasts and all this stuff, but. Now I have to say this to bring old Eric here up to speed, but do you know Day? You're gonna have to explain that one to me. You know Day? That one. You blew that one by me. I might have to Google that one. I am an old man. Because I think the only one I'm the oldest one here by far. All right. Clearly, I'm Riggs knows what's up. The whole universe is getting out of control. Like just the fact that we've got all these esports and all this stuff. Do you know? Okay, I get it now. Oh God, that's almost as bad as that's like a dad joke. Yeah, that I've heard. I don't know anything about it, but we'll skip this one because. No, I don't want to. We'll skip that one and we'll see who won. Simulating, and then we'll do the final here. I can't keep up with all the memes and all this kind of stuff. I really can't. It's driving me insane. And it'll happen to you guys too. I promise. All right, let's put it in the classic arena. Because some of the some of the stuff is getting out of control with the racism and the sexism and all this stuff, and it's like, oh my god, I just can't. I can't. Some of the culture's getting to be too toxic out there, and I think it's getting a little bit better. I'm hoping it's getting better. But man, I feel bad for women out there for gaming these days. I just wrote an article about one of the top female Overwatch players in the world, and she's based out of South Korea, and just like all the stuff. Yeah, VR chat I'm familiar with. I go back and forth with these things. Sometimes I know that they're I don't know, man. The world's getting weird. It reminds me, like to me, it's like I've already seen all that. That's that's old stuff. All this the VR chat is exactly. Oh God! Imagine Eric importing a picture PWX wrestler to VR chat. No, I'm familiar with VR chat. But like I said, for me, it was like I've seen all this stuff before. Like all this VR stuff. Like when I saw some of those rooms and everything, it's like, oh my God, this is Second Life. This is any number of things. Like when I was in, going back to Excite Chat. Way back in the day, you used to have group chat rooms where you'd have avatars and all this kind of stuff, and you used to be able to decorate rooms and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, I don't know, man. The internet has always been a weird place, but oh my God, I would totally not get traumatized by VR chat. I've seen stuff you guys wouldn't even believe. You kids don't know. You guys don't know. You just, just because it's weird and I find it strange doesn't mean I'd be shocked by it. Believe me. Kids these days. That's all right. It's cool. I know, right? Back in my day, I know. I'm just saying. I've seen some stuff. Like I said, I'm a grizzled vet of the internet. I've been on there for a long time, longer than some of you have been alive. And back in my day, we used to have dial-up modems, and I used to get busy signals, and it would drive me nuts because I want to be able to I tell people I would meet them in group chat, and you get busy signals, and you'd be going insane because you're like, oh my God, they're having all this fun without me, and it's just text chat. It's so stupid, but. You used to have to wait like a half an hour for a picture of Cindy Crawford to download, and that, might drive you nuts. Yep. That is not changed. A lot of grown men have avatars as little anime girls. Yeah, that has not changed. That's been around for 25 years. Yeah, AOL chat. Yeah, see, I got to pour one out for AOL Instant Messenger going the way of the dodo. That broke my heart. I'm not even joking. I was severely depressed for days when they shut that service down because so much of my internet experience, how much we have done, Dave and I have done between MSN chat and Google chat, but it's so much of my life was revolved around AOL Instant Messenger. That's how I talk to everybody. Yeah, back in my day, I just want TV and sleep, and I still do that. Yeah. Yeah, Emmerich, how old are you, brother? You see, you went through the era of dial-up internet. Sucked when somebody else called the home phone. Yep. I used to get that. Luckily, when I had when I lived by myself and had my dial-up, I just had dial-up at home. And this is how bad it was. Emmerich, you didn't have. You must. If you were 18, how did you? I don't know. Standardized state tests hurt. Wish me luck, guys. What are you taking, lamb sauce? What are you? Are you taking? Are you young enough to be taking SATs? Or are you old enough to be able taking the grad stuff let me know. Like I said, I'm curious. Gonna make me feel old. Took the first one today. 15. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. No, it's all right. What standardized test did you take? Lamb, sorry. Are you United States? Are you domestic? Are you European? What test do you take? Yeah, I'm young. Hello. I ain't gonna judge you for being young, brother. Keystone. I don't know that. Yeah, I said I'm in the same boat. I did not get I used to go into work because we had high speed. Continue. Oh, it looks like Dane's our winner for the championship. Sweet. That was a fast match. I was expecting that one. Anybody who tuned into the last broadcast, that one went on for like a half an hour. This is the one where it's like we get the congratulations. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why we didn't release the. Because as you pointed out, has been pointed out, we get not only when you win do you get the first place trophy, but you also get the second place trophy, and then you also get congratulations, which is, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's kind of like a winner is you, but 19. Who am I sending to jail today? Keystone, PA. All right, I got no problem. Pennsylvania. Lamb Sauce, you an Eagles fan or you a Steelers fan? Okay, so let's do exhibition. Let's do 4 wrestlers. Time limit, CPU players, entrances, no. I want to do a hardcore elimination. And I want to see... I want to see if we can figure out that weapon glitch. Shake my head, top guy in PWX. Haven't been able to fit. Oh, you're actually for Atlanta. Okay. See, I'm a Detroit Lions fan. And Atlanta pissed me off. That one game where we got screwed over in Atlanta. We had Atlanta beat. Oh, look at that. We got 2 Christmas trees. Outstanding. I got to make sure we have a kendo stick, though. Okay, we got kendo stick on the outside. All right, so keep an eye out. If you guys notice it before I do, if you guys see somebody picking up the like a fake kendo stick and doing like the fake double axe handle. Yeah, Atlanta took Detroit's playoff spot. That pissed me off. Of course, we couldn't beat Cincinnati in the last week, or the second to last week. So what can you do? Look at that. Okay, I got to pause this because I gotta get a good picture of the screenshot mode. That is so funny. Look at that. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. He's got barbed wire. It's a Christmas tree with barbed wire on it. I mean, how cool is that? Crunch. Crunch. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, man, that cracks me up. All right. Match. Yeah, that's funny. No, I'm rooting for Atlanta. I would love to see Atlanta get back to the Super Bowl. I'd love to see Atlanta get back to the Super Bowl. They got screwed last year. They choked that game away, and I felt terrible for them. I had a buddy of mine that had $50 on Atlanta at the beginning of the season, and he was going to win like $800. And he was already like counting his money, he's like celebrating, and then New England had that comeback, and he was, oh my God, I felt so horrible for him. Wouldn't it be awesome if the PWX crew and M. Dickey teamed up for a wrestling game? I'd buy it for any price. Well, what's funny is, people have suggested that in the past, and the problem is like we all have different opinions and different takes on what makes a good wrestling game and all that kind of stuff. So, and Matt Dickey, I think he likes being the one-man show, which I can appreciate. I can respect that. Random Cable was hoping for a glitch like GoldenEye, but it only happens when somebody hits the other guy with the weapon. Explain to me the GoldenEye glitch, because I played that game a lot and I don't remember the glitch. Let me know what you're talking about there. See, I haven't seen a double axe handle yet. We might have to do start a match with more kendo sticks. Go over there, Grasshopper, pick that up. Yeah, that article was really something. I really enjoyed. I knew a little bit about his background, and I know Dave knows him pretty well. They've talked a lot over the years, and I've never talked to the guy, but Dave knows him pretty well, and we'll keep in touch with him. And like I said, it's I got nothing but respect for Matt Dickey. I know he's got his critics, and I know that his games are what they are, but. Good Lord! I mean, it's so much work doing these games, and what he pulled off as a one-man show is just phenomenal. So he's definitely a hero to all of us for sure. And he's definitely one of the. We always said like the it's like a mafia. We got the families, the 5 families of the wrestling development. And he's definitely one of the 5 families for sure. M Riggs, thanks for checking in, brother. Hope to see you next time, and yeah, thanks for all the feedback. That really helps us out a ton. Uh, Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. No, but get back to the NFL. Yeah, do that with an Aki wrestling game. Yeah, um, said I'm looking forward to the NFL playoffs. I said I'm pulling for the Vikings now. My brother lives in Minneapolis, and it'd be pretty funny to see a team get a home Super Bowl. You talk about what a tough ticket that would be. Like, forget about it. Nobody's getting a ticket to that thing. All right, okay. Well, I might have to restart this because I wanna see if I can get a. See if I can restart the match here. I want to see if I can get if it'll give me 2 Christmas trees again, or if it'll get me more kendo sticks. Okay, so there's a kendo stick. Let me see. Like I said, they got one on the outside. I just want to see if somebody can, because we were trying to speculate if they were like picking up a phantom stick, or if it, like somebody grabs it and then drops it and it leaves like a little imprint. So we're trying to figure out like why the guy gets the double axe handle. So we'll keep an eye out here. Okay, so he picked up that one. So okay, so he's got. Sorry, this is a little bit of homework. This is kind of this is one of my homework assignments for Twitch tonight. Okay, now knock it out of his hands, and I want to see if he can like pick it back up. Because the other thing that we noticed too, that it was only computers, like CPU players, that were picking up like the fake stick, like they were being able to see a weapon that nobody else could. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on it here. I love how the streamers stay in the ring a few seconds after the bell. Much authentic. I think the streamers are so much fun. I would love to have that be kind of random. Like sometimes you get one, and sometimes you get like 500, and you just get like you're just covered in paper. So I think it may be something to take a look at. Yeah, I may have to just go back and watch old Twitch broadcasts to see if I can figure out what the pattern is for something like that. Because, like I said, it's something we were trying to figure out, like if the computer was seeing a fake weapon out there, or if it was it was trying to pick up a broken stick and like the pieces and parts, like it was just picking up a fake handle. So I'll kind of keep an eye on it here. I did hear about Austin Aries returning to Impact. I don't know how to feel about Austin Aries. I always liked him as an in-ring guy, but he certainly rubs people the wrong way a lot of times. He's a pretty polarizing guy. Like I said, I've always respected his in-ring work. And I think, like I said, I think some of these guys just get kind of bitter and stuff, but hard to say, but the guy's got to eat, and if he's got somebody willing to give him a paycheck, good for him, man. Like I said, I root for Impact. I saw that they went away from the 6-sided ring, that they're back at 4 again, 4-sided ring, so that's kind of cool. And it sounded like they may be doing some stuff with Twitch, kind of like what Tommy Dreamer's doing. So that's also cool. I think, like I said, I think that Twitch is going to be starting to be the future of a lot of this stuff. So we'll see. All right. Well, I still haven't seen a fake. So I might have to just go watch old Twitch broadcasts because I know we've seen it before. Yeah, because if that weapon gets more degraded. Okay, so he picked that one up. What about Rikishi's Twitch promotion? I've not heard of it. Did he actually do one? I can't keep up. There's too many things going on these days, and actually fan integrated. Yeah, let me know what that's like. I'd be curious to see what that's all about. Like I said, I have not caught any of Dreamer's House of Hardcore yet. Yeah, YouTube is in a really bad spot right now. You're not even joking about that. Between the that Logan guy that got busted for showing the dead body, it said they're trying to get. The problem is they have so much content. I don't know how you police all of it. And I think that's part of the problem, is that they just can't. And they're starting to realize that they can't release all this stuff. And so it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so we got some half weapons out there. We got some broken sticks. Okay, so can they pick those back up? Yeah, because the little stick fragments are bouncing around like crazy. Oh, I think it's like if a fan wants a certain wrestler to win, somehow the ref will tell the wrestlers the plan mid-match. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. So like crowd pops or crowd feedback can actually influence the results of a match. That's kind of cool. That's kind of different. Oh, come on, guys. Pick up that weapon. They're sitting right there. Yeah, I might have to just go to old Twitch broadcasts and see if I can find a pattern for all that. Yeah, you're not kidding. Although it's going to be interesting. I'm curious about the mixed match challenge that they've got going with Facebook video. Like, I wonder if they're going to be taking comments like that into account. And like, again, anybody notice Wild's top half sink through the floor? I've noticed that it happens every once in a while with certain guys, like in certain positions. Like there might be a place where they clip the ramp a little bit. All right, guys, come on, see, pick up a weapon. If not, we'll just, like I said, I'll kind of wrap here because it's my voice is fading fast here. But I think with that, I think I'll bid you guys adieu and get you guys kind of wrapped up. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, gang. It is always a pleasure to hang out with you guys. And thank you very much for all the feedback. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, pretty please leave us comments and let us know what kinds of things you would be looking forward to the most for the next version, because we're paying attention and those decisions are being made. And so I will gladly take all your feedback at this stage, and it's really, really helpful. So thanks for your thoughts tonight. Facebook.com/ProWrestlingX, at ProWrestlingX on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on all that crap. I'm working on a new website. I know it's terrible, but ProWrestlingX.com. Sign up for our weekly newsletter, and definitely like this channel and get alerted when we have broadcasts. Like I say, we try to go every Thursday, and I'm going to try to do something fun for a pre-Royal Rumble show. We'll see what we can come up with there. But for that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu, and thanks for joining us tonight. Cheers.